Hey, what's up, everybody? How you guys doing? How you guys doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Welcome into the live. Welcome into the live. Tap in and let me know where y'all are coming in from. We got a hell of a update for you guys here. So make sure y'all tap into the live. And we are about to get it going, man. Tap in, tap in, tap in, tap in. This is turning into a crazy situation out there and out there in Dallas with the Dallas Mavericks. So make sure you guys tap into this live, and then we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. He said, no streets, no what? No street clothes needed in Chicago. Okay. Shout out to Montreal in the building. Make sure y'all tap in, man. Let me know where y'all are coming in from. Excuse my shirt if it's rumpled. I just threw something on because it is what it is. Shout out to you. Shout out to Dawn out there from Cleveland. What up? We're going to be on this live for about 30 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, because the Lakers got a very big game coming up in the next 30 minutes, 40 minutes that I must watch. I got to see that game. We playing against OKC. So I know a lot of the Laker haters, LeBron fans sitting in the cut like, yeah, they going to lose tonight, baby. I can't wait for it. Shout out to Dallas. Will's out there in Detroit. What up? Let's give it like another minute and we're going to get into this live. He said LeBozo effect. Shout out, where's that from Las Vegas? Team Kobe, what up? Welcome in. Big Stan out there in San Antonio. Welcome in from San Antonio. Let's give it 45 seconds more. Let me do my shout outs. Joel, hard hitting New Britain. Welcome in. Greetings from Toronto, Canada. Tube Dude was good. Was good. 30 more seconds. Brooklyn in the building. Shout out to Sir Roger. Welcome in. Kobe the GOAT. You already know. Let's give it 20 more seconds and we're going to get into these updates. Let me get these posts ready for you guys. As a matter of fact, while people are coming in. Curacao, no way they're trading him. Are they? Oh, you just wait and see. Okay, guys, let me get into this here so we can get this started. We got a big game coming up. Okay, so I just got this report here, and this is via the Stein line. So if you guys know who the Stein line is, that's Mark Stein, right? So pretty reputable source in NBA circles. So Mark Stein basically released this information, and I got some articles that's going to back that up. It said the Mavericks are expected to work with Anthony Davis's camp over the next 2 months to decide whether to pursue an in-season trade. Is now a good time for the Mavericks to trade Anthony Davis? And I got some reports here that I want to share with you guys that we can get into here. Let me just post this in the comments. Hopefully this link is not too long. Let me just confirm it's the correct one. Yes. So I've shared that one in the comments. You guys can read that if you have the time, but I'll read it to you. So this article says Mavs Anthony Davis reportedly mulling in-season trade after Nico Harrison firing. It says following the Mavericks' decision to cut ties with former GM Nico Harrison on Tuesday, it's possible there are more seismic moves looming. According to a report from NBA insider Mark Stein, Dallas front office is now considering another significant shakeup of the roster. Stein reported Wednesday that the Mavericks will work with AD's camp over the next 2 months as they decide whether or not it makes sense to pursue an in-season trade. Now, this article wants me to sign up and give my email. I'm not going to do that. So we got another article here that I want to share with you guys. Let me share this one. I think I've shared it in the comments. All right. So this one says Dallas Mavericks plan reveals best Anthony Davis trade partners. It said it's been a rough 10 months for Dallas Mavericks fans, but the light at the end of the tunnel is in sight. After trading away Luka Doncic, the Mavs played a part in the last 2 seasons, totally underperforming. On Tuesday, the trade and its aftermath cost general manager Nico Harrison his job. The only silver lining is that Dallas landed Cooper Flagg, blah, 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 blah. It then continues on. The Mavericks have been urged to trade veterans like Daniel Gafford, Klay Thompson, Kyrie Irving, and Anthony Davis. The center/forward came to Dallas in the Doncic trade, but as the franchise turns to a flag-based future, Davis could be the odd man out. Insider reveals Dallas Mavericks trade stance. It says, despite a rich injury history, Davis is still one of the best players in the NBA. Does he fit the Mavericks timeline? Does he actually hinder flags more than he helps? Those are the questions that both the player and the team will need to answer in the coming weeks. Apparently, Davis and the Mavericks will be working together to reach a decision to surround his future in Texas. It's believed the Mavericks will work with AD with Davis's camp over the next 2+ months as they decide whether to pursue an in-season trade. Reported by league insider Mark Stein today on November 12th. It says Davis's agent Rich Paul and Mavericks owner Patrick Dumont have established a relationship that features regular contact since they were introduced at the Mavericks playing tournament victory in Sacramento in April. The parties are thus expected to work in concert to some degree on the next steps. Now, I got another article here, and this one is going to surprise a lot of you guys because this article is talking about a possibility of AD being linked to being traded back to Los Angeles. Yes, you guys heard me right. Anthony Davis possibly returning back to Los Angeles. Let me post this article here in the comment section, and I'm going to read it quickly. It says, Mavericks linked to trading Anthony Davis back to Los Angeles. All right. And then it continues on. It says Anthony Davis and the Dallas Mavericks have gotten off to a rough start as the season. Recently, the team made a decision to fire general manager Nico Harrison, who has been on the hot seat with the franchise since he made the blockbuster trade with the Lakers and Luka Doncic, blah, blah, blah. It says since joining the Mavericks, we know that. And then it says, let me get to the part here. It says a new suggestion has come up for a potential trade destination if Dallas was open to trading AD. It would be a move that sees him back to Los Angeles, but this time with the Los Angeles Clippers. I'm not done yet. NBA insider Zach Lowe has suggested the Clippers as a possible fit. He even came up with an idea of a potential trade package, of what a trade package could look like between the two teams. Then it says in his suggestion, Lowe would have AD being sent to the Los Angeles to the Clippers for exchange for John Collins, Bogdan Bogdanovic, and either Brook Lopez or Derrick Jones Jr. He then said the Clippers, who are also hard capped at the first apron and not that far under, which makes the math very difficult. Well, you'd have to build it around Collins, Bogdanovic, Brook Lopez, or Derrick Jones Jr. as the third guy. And even if that comes up a little short of how the Clippers would need to send, and then it goes on to say a few other things. So he's talking about the Clippers there and all of this. Now, let's get into my breakdown of all of this. Okay, first of all, there's a lot of things going on. In terms of a trade, who would be interested in a trade? I think there are two parties. Number one, Anthony Davis, and number two, the Dallas fan base. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm not a Dallas Maverick fan. I've never been to Dallas. I've never been to the state of Texas. But I'm willing to go out on a limb that the Dallas Mavericks would rather restart. I think that entire fan base is fed up ever since they traded away Luka, and it's now clear that even if these guys are healthy, they want to move on. So I think the fans in Dallas want to rebuild. They want to build around Cooper Flag, and these guys, they may just have to blow up the entire thing. And I also want to say something else. I think there are two NBA franchises that need to blow up their rosters immediately. That would be the Clippers and possibly the Mavericks. And I would say the Clippers, they need to blow up that roster. That it's donezo. It's donezo. The Kawhi Leonard, whatever the hell they thought they were going to do with him, it's over. It's over. I was listening to a report yesterday from Too Raw for TV, and he was saying that Kawhi Leonard is expected to be out for the next 7 to 8 games because of ankle soreness or something. Really? Really? Shout out to Ghost 100. Rick Santana, shout out to you in Washington. Really? He said trade AD to John Hopkins. Yo, that's terrible. That's terrible. No, but seriously, I think the Clippers need to blow it up. I also think another general manager that needs to get fired is Lawrence Frank. He needs to go too. That thing is a disaster out there in LA. It's a disaster. So the Clippers need to restart, and the Dallas Mavericks should consider it. Shout out to the new people coming in the live. Let's try to get these likes up to 100 likes, guys, and I'm gonna show you this post again, and we're gonna go over the information. Shout out to Ohio Games Talk. So this is the news. This is being reported via Mark Stein. So it says, report, the Mavericks are expected to work with Anthony Davis's camp over the next 2 months to decide whether to pursue an in-season trade. And this is per Mark Stein. Then we got some articles that I want to get into here that I want to share with you guys in the comment section. Just a second, guys. Let me share the article and I'll read it for you guys. So let me see here. Okay, so I've sent it to you. Okay, so let me read it for you guys quickly. So this article says Dallas Mavericks plans reveal best Anthony Davis trade. No, it's sorry. Is it this one? Yeah. Trade partner. Okay, it continues on. It says, it said on Tuesday, the trade and its aftermath caused general manager Nico Harrison his job. The only silver lining is that Dallas landed Cooper Flagg in the 2028 draft. He is yet to be put in a position to succeed, but with Harrison gone, that could change. It then continues on. The Mavericks have been urged to trade veterans like Daniel Gafford, Klay Thompson, Kyrie Irving, and Anthony Davis. This center/forward came to Dallas in a Doncic trade, but as the franchise turns to a flag-based future, Davis could be the odd man out. Insider reveals Dallas Mavericks trade stance. Despite a rich injury history, Davis is still one of the best players in the NBA. Does he fit the Mavericks timeline? Does he actually hinder Flagg more than help? Those are the questions that both the player and the team will need to answer in the coming weeks. Apparently, Davis and the Mavericks will be working together to reach a decision surrounding his future in Texas. Now, let me get to the part with Mark Stein. It says, it's believed the Mavericks will work with Davis's camp over the next 2 months plus as they decide whether to pursue an in-season trade, reported league insider Mark Stein on November the 12th. Davis's agent, Rich Paul, and Mavericks owner Patrick Dumont have established a relationship that features regular contact since they were introduced at the Mavericks play-in tournament victory in Sacramento in April. The parties are thus expected to work in concert to some degree on next steps. So this is the news, guys. Anthony Davis may be leaving Dallas. This is huge news. This is huge news. And look, if AD gets traded from Dallas, this will go down as the worst trade in NBA history. This will be the worst trade in NBA history. Let me give you guys some more information. Do you know since Anthony Davis joined the Dallas Mavericks, he has only played 14 games? Are you guys aware of that? Since Anthony Davis joined the Dallas Mavericks, he's only played 14 games. The Mavs have played at least, 9-10 games already this year. Only 14. Only 14. Luka has played at least 3 times that amount, and he was traded, I think, when he was injured or something like that. But only 14 games? Only? It's a disaster. There's no two ways to slice. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. He said Nico Harris's future Los Angeles GM, probably at the Clippers. I don't know. Whatever, because I think they need to fire Lawrence Frank. But it's a disaster. Luka got the Lakers over there looking fantastic. Meanwhile, AD's injured. And we're also hearing that Nico Harrison was the one that approached the Dallas Mavericks leadership about the idea of trading Luka. On top of that, we also heard, I'm hearing now, I don't know if the article, if I still have it. Let me see if I can find it for you guys, but I definitely read this earlier today. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, look at this. It says, Nico Harrison reportedly urged Anthony Davis to return early from his calf injury, despite the medical staff warning he could tear his Achilles if he returned too soon. It then goes on to say, Monday's loss to the Bucks marked the sixth straight game Anthony Davis missed with the left calf strain. Multiple league sources said Davis had tried to convince the Mavs to let him return on the court, and Harrison had tried to convince the Mavs and then Harrison urged him to return, but the team's medical staff forbade it, citing the potential for a torn Achilles if Davis returned too soon. This is where we are. This is where we are. So now we're even hearing Nico try to, of course, Nico Harrison want him to come back early. He wants him to come back because he knows he was in a hot seat. He wanted his move to pay off. And according to reports, they're saying that they made Nico Harrison the scapegoat, but apparently what happened was after the Dallas Mavericks went on that championship run, the Dumont, I forgot his Patrick Dumont, I think is his name, saw Harrison as a basketball savant. So therefore, anything that Harrison said, he took it to be gold. So when he approached him about moving on from Luka, it wasn't his idea, but he backed it and gave him the green light to do it. So given the fact that it didn't work out, Dumont essentially fired him because, hey, you gave me the recommendation and it didn't work out. And number two, I'm not going to fire myself. He's the owner's not going to fire himself. So I ain't going. So it means you got to go. That's what I'm hearing. He said, trade Anthony Davis to the Smithsonian Museum. Of course, they're saying that. Idiot, I don't know who he's referring to. He says, no, Nico simply swung and missed. It is what it is. Not the first time, not the last time. He said, only a team on the Eastern Conference would trade for him. This is all on Mark Cuban. They didn't want Luka to break Dirk's records. Okay, I don't know about that because Mark Cuban made it clear that had he had more power at the Mavs, there's no way he would have traded Luka. Look, it was a mistake. Okay, it was a mistake. Luka Doncic is a generational talent. Maybe some people don't know. Luka, as we speak, is averaging 37, 9, and 9. As we speak. The dude is averaging 37, 9, and 9. He got the Lakers looking like as if they can do something this year. So Luka is the real deal. Luka is 6 years younger than Anthony Davis, which is another thing. And AD is more injury prone than Luka, which is why I'm stunned that anybody would think that the Lakers trading AD for Luka didn't make sense. Are you kidding me? Not to say that Anthony Davis wasn't a great player. Not to say that AD didn't have the Lakers looking good when LeBron got hurt. No, not to say any of that. But Luka, as the main guy, can elevate the Lakers higher. I believe the Lakers ceiling with Luka as the top guy versus AD as the top guy is higher with Luka. That's just my opinion on it. That's just my take on it. That's my take on it. And you're seeing that. We also got some reports here for those of you who are interested. I'm not going to read this article again because it's a little bit too long-winded, but I'm going to share it with you guys in the comment section. Zach Lowe is also talking about a potential of the Dallas Mavericks sending Anthony Davis to the Clippers. Now, personally, I think they need to send the Clippers roster to the garbage. They need to look for the nearest dustbin and throw the whole Lakers roster into the trash can. And we just heard that Bradley Beal is going to be gone for the whole season. Are you even joking? Are you even Mavs fans? If y'all think y'all got it bad, there's no way you got it as bad as SGA. I mean, as the Clippers. The Clippers are a clown show. They went and got Kawhi, who now gets injured. It seems like it's almost a guarantee. It's almost like a guarantee Kawhi is going to get injured every single year, no matter what. And the craziest part about it is you will watch Kawhi Leonard playing a game. He will look fantastic. The game is over. He walks off the court. And then the next thing you know, oh, he suffered an injury. You're like, what? Like, what exactly is going on? So the Clippers, they need to blow up that entire. I'm serious. Just trade away everybody. And some of y'all are going to be asking the same question you asked about, who would trade for Kawhi Leonard? Who would trade for him? I'm not giving Kawhi Leonard anything more than maybe a 1+1. Nothing beyond that. To trade for Kawhi Leonard for anything beyond 2 years is just sheer stupidity. Now, the Clippers aren't dumb. They would have been the dumbest team in the NBA if they had given Paul George that max contract that he was looking for, that no trade. That would have made them the dumbest organization in sports. Because you remember Paul George wanted the Clippers to give him a no trade clause. Can you imagine Paul George? Are you even joking right now? Paul George. That's like a certified 2 trying to go on a date with Brad Pitt. Are you even serious? Trying to make demands, and you're a 2. But you want to go on a date with Brad Pitt. Really? Paul George thought he was a 10 masquerading as a 2. That he wants the Clippers to give him a no trade clause. Are you insane? So thank God they didn't do that, but they found an even dumber team in the Philadelphia 76ers. Bro, the Philadelphia 76ers gave Paul George $200 million. You would have been better off giving a moose that money. At least he would have been able to entertain you. They gave him $200 million for nothing. And then he got the nerve to be podcasting. It's just unheard of. Paul George don't know that nobody wants to see you, bro. You don't understand. The whole thing is you're on the floor, you're balling. Okay, cool. But you're not even playing. Nobody cares what you think. We don't want to see you. Philadelphia 76ers fans don't want to see your face if it's not on the court. Do you know how annoying it is that you're not playing, but then we look up and we see you doing a podcast talking about what's going on with other teams? Like, are you serious? Are you even serious? Don't nobody care what you're talking about. Just take your $200 million and hide. Just don't show your face. So that would have been the dumber trade. But in terms of the Clippers, blow it up. The Mavs, I hate to break it to y'all, it ain't going to work out. It's just not going to work. AD is not going to, Anthony Davis is not going to become more healthier as time goes on, as he's getting older. It's only going to get worse. They need to move AD like a old couch. Just move him out the house. He over there collecting dust and everything. Anthony Davis is a walking piece of comedy. Do you know what people are sending me of Anthony Davis? This is what Anthony Davis has been reduced to. Let me show y'all what Anthony Davis has turned into. Look at this. Lakers players exiting the game. Watch this. Look at this. Dalton Connect. Now, look at this. Look at this. This is what AD has become. Rui Hachimura leaving the game. Look at this. Look at this. Luka Doncic. Here come AD. Here come AD. Look at this. Look at this. Look at what Anthony Davis, they've got this fool coming out there in a damn ambulance. Look at this. In an ambulance. This is what Anthony Davis has been turned into. A damn clown show. Look at this. 122,000 likes. They got this man coming out there in a damn ambulance. In an ambulance. So AD got to go. Shout out to my guy, Kyrie Irving. Kyrie's hurt. So if we're looking at things right now and how it's going in the Western Conference, the Dallas Mavericks are now looking at the play-in tournament. At the play-in. So it is what it is, bro. It didn't work out. It didn't work out. Those Dallas Mavericks fans would walk into that arena and they would watch Luka Doncic drop. Can you imagine if Nico Harrison was still the general manager and the Lakers came to the game and Luka dropped 40? They would have whooped his ass with chairs in the stands. They would have been throwing tables at that dude in the stands if Luka came in there and dropped 50 and he's in there and the Dallas Mavericks lose. They would have jumped him in the stands. I'm telling you. All you would have seen was just a bunch of smoke and dust and chairs flying and Nico Harrison's sneakers flying in the air. They would have jumped him. And Nico got a lot of balls showing up to these games. It's not like as if he was sitting in the skybox. He would go sit right in the crowd. It's like, yo, you don't think these fans somebody gonna snuff you? Dallas Mavericks fans, they really love Luka. I think the only other fan base that would probably react to this if they traded a player away is probably like maybe the Knicks. And if they traded away Jalen Brunson for some injury-prone guy, maybe the Knicks fans would probably react the same way. Seriously. So to me, man, this is the update for the new people coming into the live. I'll update you guys one more time, and then I'm gonna jump up out of here because I want to go watch this Lakers game about to start. So this is the update. The Mavericks are expected to work with Anthony Davis's camp over next 2 months to decide whether to pursue in-season trade per Mark Stein. Yes, Brunson for Joel Embiid, exactly. And think you just going to be sitting in the stands and nothing's going to happen. You just going to be there and it's all good. It's all good. Nah, bro. You getting jumped in the stands. You getting jumped in the stands. You're getting jumped. Because you must clearly think it's sweet. You got the nerve to sit next to us? Nah, bro, you getting jumped. If you're not getting jumped, they throwing something at you. Somebody gonna throw their Sprite on your head or something. Something's gonna happen. He says a joke of a front office. Yeah, it was a big blunder. It was a really big swing, and he missed. It was a high risk, high reward thing, and the risk just overweighed the reward. And that's what happened. Because not only was AD older, he was injury prone. And now the fan base is looking at it like, well, you guys have screwed this thing up, and now our number one pick, you guys seem to be messing that up too. So something had to happen. But I'm telling y'all before I let y'all go, the Clippers need to be next. The Clippers need to be next. They need to be next. Kawhi Leonard, them dudes, Lawrence Frank, they got to go, bro. Them dudes got to go. The Clippers are a joke. A mess. And it's almost like the Lord spoke to me and said, Charles, jump ship. Something just told me rooting for Kawhi Leonard any longer would be a waste of my time. I stopped rooting for Kawhi last year. It was over. And I knew it. I knew it was the right decision to stop rooting for that guy. I knew it. Can you imagine what it must be like to be a Kawhi Leonard fan right now? Can you imagine? Oh my Lord. Because Kawhi got this thing where you have hope. There's always this feeling of hope. Oh, it's going to be all right. It's not going to be all right. It's not going to be all right. No, it's not. So, bro, man, this is my thoughts on it. Y'all heard what I had to say on it. He said you meant George Paul. Not Paul George, just a waste of time. And then Draymond Green. Draymond, who I think scored 3 points last night. 3 points. He's talking about, yeah, Paul George, man, you can't give up on the podcast, man. We're podcasters. I can't believe he said that with a straight face. We're podcasters. You can't give up on that, man. When times get tough, you just keep podcasting. Don't give up. It's like, what? What? I think the only reason these dudes have podcasts is because they want to hear themselves talk. I'm telling you. Because they're not doing it for money. So anyway, man, these are my thoughts, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Donald out there. And we about to be out of here, man. Let me go watch this. This Lakers game, man. Y'all have a good one. I'm gonna catch y'all later. Y'all have a good one. I'm out. Peace.